Hey there, adventurers! Ever dreamt of a vacation that involved slaying mythical beasts, exploring magical dungeons, and chilling in a charming mountain village? Well, dream no more. Buckle up because we're taking a trip to Hinterberg, a place that blends stunning alpine scenery with monster-bashing action in the upcoming game, Dungeons of Hinterberg. Launching on July 18th for PC and Xbox Series X/S, Hinterberg promises to be a unique adventure RPG. But before you pack your virtual bags, let's break down everything you need to know. First things first, Hinterberg isn't your typical monster-filled dungeon crawl. Sure, there are creepy crawlies and mythical baddies to battle, but the game world itself feels alive. Imagine a postcard-perfect village nestled amidst towering mountains. Think fresh mountain air, friendly locals, and maybe a delicious plate of schnitzel after a long day of, vanquishing evil. This isn't to say it's all sunshine and rainbows. There's a reason the game's tagline is "Enjoy your slaycation." Beneath the picturesque surface lurk ancient secrets and dungeons teeming with beasties straight out of alpine folklore. Don't worry, though, you won't be facing them empty-handed. Hinterberg lets you unleash your inner hero with sword-swinging combat, mystical spells, and mind-bending puzzles. So, what exactly will you be doing in Hinterberg? Well, it all depends on your adventuring style. Want to focus on bashing monster skulls? You can delve into the dungeons, battling fantastical creatures and uncovering hidden loot. Feeling more social? Mingle with the townsfolk, complete quests, and maybe even find some romance. Who knows? Maybe the blacksmith's apprentice secretly fancies a dragon slayer. Hinterberg seems to offer a good mix of activities, so whether you're a die-hard dungeon crawler or a casual explorer, there should be something to tickle your fancy. Now, some folks might be worried about the combat being too difficult, but fear not, intrepid adventurer. The game seems to be designed to be accessible, with easy-to-learn controls and a focus on fun over frustration. Here's the thing. Hinterberg might not be for everyone. If you crave dark, gritty adventures with buckets of blood and gore, you might want to look elsewhere. Hinterberg's got a more light-hearted and whimsical tone. Think Saturday morning cartoon meets monster-slaying mayhem. On the flip side, if you're looking for a charming and relaxing adventure with a good dose of monster bashing, Hinterberg could be your perfect summer vacation spot. Well, minus the whole monster thing. Hinterberg's dungeons aren't your average dark and dank affairs. Sure, there'll be some cobwebs and creepy crawlies, but these underground labyrinths promise a unique blend of exploration, combat, and, well, let's just say you might need to brush up on your yodeling skills. The developers have hinted at dungeons themed around different aspects of alpine folklore. Imagine battling mischievous sprites in a sparkling ice cave or dodging showers of cheese hurled by a grumpy and possibly lactose-intolerant giant. But Hinterberg's dungeons aren't just about bashing beasties. The game promises a healthy dose of puzzles to test your brain power. Think levers, pressure plates, and maybe even deciphering ancient riddles written in a language that sounds suspiciously like polka music. Hey, who knows, maybe those yodeling skills will come in handy. Speaking of handy, you won't be facing these challenges empty-handed. Hinterberg lets you stock up on a variety of potions and magical trinkets to aid your adventures. Need a quick health boost after getting smacked by a giant cheese wheel? There's a potion for that. Feeling a bit sluggish? Maybe a speed elixir is in order. Just remember, adventurers, always read the labels before gulping down that mysterious glowing potion. Now, let's talk about the denizens of these dungeons. Sure, you'll encounter your fair share of goblins, slimes, and other classic fantasy baddies. But Hinterberg promises to throw some curveballs your way. Think mischievous gnomes guarding hidden treasures, grumpy yetis with a penchant for yodeling competitions. Seriously, what's with the yodeling obsession? And maybe even a giant, talking cheese monster. Okay, we'll get to the bottom of that rumor later. Here's the interesting twist. Some of these monsters might not be so bad after all. The developers have hinted at the possibility of befriending certain creatures, or even convincing them to join your party. Imagine adventuring alongside a grumpy yeti with a killer yodel, or a mischievous gnome who can teleport you out of sticky situations, just as long as you don't mind the occasional prank. Don't worry, adventurers. While the dungeons might be full of surprises, Hinterberg seems to be designed to be accessible. The combat looks easy to learn, with a focus on fun and strategic battles rather than button-mashing mayhem. Plus, with the option to befriend some creatures, you won't always have to fight your way out of a sticky situation. So, we mention Hinterberg's quirky cast of characters. Buckle up because you're in for a treat. From the gruff but lovable blacksmith who forges legendary weapons to the sassy barkeep with a penchant for yodeling gossip. Seriously, this yodeling thing is getting out of hand. The townsfolk of Hinterberg seem like a lively bunch. But the real star of the show might just be the cheese monster. Yes, the rumors are true. Apparently, there's a giant, sentient cheese monster lurking in the depths of one of the dungeons. The developers are keeping details under wraps, but whispers suggest this cheesy colossus might be more friend than foe. Maybe he just needs someone to share a good brie with? Hinterberg's charm extends beyond its quirky characters. The game boasts a delightful art style that brings the Alpine village and its fantastical inhabitants to life. Think vibrant landscapes, expressive characters, and a touch of whimsy that perfectly complements the game's lighthearted tone. The audio deserves a shout-out too. From the clanging of swords to the inevitable yodeling, the sound design promises to immerse you in the world of Hinterberg. Just imagine the epic orchestral soundtrack swelling as you face off against the cheese monster. Seriously, this is getting ridiculous, but kind of awesome. So, is Hinterberg the perfect summer vacation spot, minus the whole monster thing? Here's the deal. If you're looking for a charming and relaxing adventure with a good dose of monster bashing and a sprinkle of cheese-induced mayhem, then Hinterberg might just be your cup of tea or mug of hot cocoa, depending on the weather. However, if you crave dark and gritty experiences, Hinterberg's lighthearted tone might not be your thing. But hey, there's always room for a bit of whimsy in the world of gaming, right? Dungeons of Hinterberg launches on July 18th for PC and Xbox Series X/S. Whether you're a seasoned adventurer or a curious newcomer, Hinterberg promises a unique and delightful experience. So, pack your bags and maybe some cheese for the giant monster, just in case, and get ready to embark on a summer vacation unlike any other.